Kenya, Yas country. Yeah. BS in the building, let's go. Yeah. Nairobi, feel that energy. Live and mingle, living single. No plans, no pressure. We outside.
So something really exciting happened this week. For the first time since moving to Nairobi, I've been hired by a client in the United States to be her boots on the ground. She recently reserved an investment property in Westlands, one that's already in very high demand. And before moving forward with the purchase, she wanted someone with construction experience to take a closer look. So over the years, many of you know I've worked in farming, construction management, building and landscaping. And because she's followed my work for so long, she asked me to use that experience to visit the development. I'm not acting as her attorney or a real estate agent. My job is simply to do what I've always done. Arrive as an independent, experienced set of eyes, documenting what I see and reporting back. Before we step foot on the property, there's one person I wanted you to meet first. Because even if developments look incredible, the legal side of the transaction is every bit as important as the building itself. So today we're meeting Attorney Abdisalam Abdi to learn how foreign investors can protect themselves when buying property in Kenya. When you're investing from thousands of miles away, you can't simply rely on beautiful marketing photos or other people's videos on social media promoting beauty. Having an independent attorney review the legal side of a transaction can help reduce the risk of costly mistakes.
As we make our way across Nairobi, I have to admit, I was originally planning to head straight to the property, but then I thought, why not meet the attorney first? All right, guys, let's do it. Attorney Abdi has sent a driver. My client is making a significant investment and has never even been here. And before we tour the development, I wanted to understand the legal side of the process. I feel a little overdressed now. I walked outside and it's so nice, but better safe than sorry. After watching several of Attorney Abdi's YouTube videos, I was genuinely impressed. He has a way of making complex legal topics easy to understand. So before we visit the property, let's meet the man behind the legal advice and see what every investor should know before signing on that dotted line. From what I've learned, his firm helps clients with things like verifying property ownership, conducting due diligence before a purchase, preparing and reviewing sale agreements, handling conveyancing from start to finish, advising on taxes such as capital gains tax, helping investors decide whether to buy personally or through a company, registering companies in Kenya, assisting foreigners with investor permits, work permits, and immigration matters, as well as drafting shareholder agreements for business partners. Okay, guys, so we have arrived to Attorney Abdi's office. Let's go inside and learn what every foreign investor should know before buying property in Kenya.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdi Adim. I am an attorney, or what you preferably call an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I practice an area of law called FDI, which is Foreign Direct Investments, and I specialize in 4 areas, which is property law. I also specialize in taxation law, corporate commercial, as well as immigration law.
Thank you, Attorney Abdi. My first question is, can foreigners actually own property in Kenya?
Yes, they can, and the law, Article 65 of the Constitution of Kenya provides foreigners to own. However, the same provision also allows foreigners to own leasehold, but not freehold. So they can own a leasehold for a period of up to 99 years, subject to extension or renewal once it's expired. But freehold is only reserved for citizens.
So my client has already paid a reservation fee. Did she do the right thing?
Usually, reservation goes hand in hand with what we call a booking fee. Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that quite often it's refundable. if the terms of the offer or the agreements are not met. No, to the extent that it would be prudent if you should first get legal counsel in respect to what those terms are insofar as the reservation form is concerned.
Is it usual for people to make purchases just out of the blue from abroad without any legal representation?
It does happen, but it's very risky because property comes with a lot of risks. It might appear to be a very good project, beautiful project, but it might have underlying risks which include matters to do with unclear ownership or litigations. They might have incomplete or undone approvals and consents and so on and so forth. So it's always good to have legal counsel insofar as off-plan investment is concerned.
So what are the biggest red flags buyers should watch out for?
Quite common. Things such as incomplete approvals, unclear ownership of the parcel of land or the project that you want to invest in, ongoing litigation in court cases, structural designs which have already been flagged, properties which are coming up in riparian land. Those are the kind of worries that someone should definitely have. And also unrealistic completion period and provisions of the sales agreement or the offer which are, of course, in high favor of the developer.
So are you saying that sometimes a developer will suggest that the completion date is maybe within 1 year, but...
Yes, so they quite often give unrealistic dates, and then in the sale agreements, they also end up quoting a clause which is on what we call a long stop date, which gives them more room and more space to operate from.
So what exactly are you checking during due diligence?
A lot of things has to be checked on due diligence. From the property perspective, you have to check the lease period on this project itself, how many years are remaining on the actual lease. You also have to check whether there are any encumbrances or charges, that is any pending financial obligations insofar the developer has to meet if there's any mortgage in place. We also have to check for matters to do with whether the developer has actually, as a company, filed its taxes on time. You also have to check for what we call regulatory compliances, the relevant permits and approvals from the local authorities. You also have to check whether this property is subject to a dispute in court. There are a number of things that someone has to check for, but you cannot only check all that because at times getting access to this information is quite technical. So you will definitely need a qualified lawyer to help you in maneuvering the same.
Can a beautiful apartment still have legal problems?
Yes. Quite often it does happen because sometimes beautiful apartments have not complied with the law. The lease that project sits on perhaps has expired, or the approvals which were done were not properly acquired, and it might be challenged in a court of law. Maybe the project sits on a riparian or water catchment area and it's subject for demolition. And maybe sometimes the finishing itself is as per warranted in the sales agreement is not up to the standard that you would ideally require.
All right, does buying a property give someone residency in Kenya?
Not necessarily. Immigration laws are different from property laws in this country. However, if you invest up to a certain level of investments like Class G initially would cover you to get a work permit up to an investment of $100,000. But right now they have, put that to a halt. So you have to prove money in the bank so that you can now get the proper immigration papers. They don't usually correlate, but different work permits definitely require different sorts of investments.
Does buying a property give someone residency in Kenya?
Not necessarily. Certain investments would require you to be qualified for certain work permits. So your investments, of course, does matter. However, different types of investment, like if you want to invest in agriculture, you'd be qualified to get a certain work permit, which is Class B. But if you want to do real estate, then right now they have put halt to the Class G, which is the investor one. So you would have to showcase money in the bank. So you have to produce your statements and financial accounts to show that indeed you are an investor so that you can qualify to get the Class G permit.
Besides the purchase price, what extra costs surprise foreign buyers?
A lot. So we have hidden charges, disbursements, things to do with VAT. Sometimes they don't quite apply, but sometimes they throw in that one. Stamp duty as well, legal charges here and there. disbursements, loans, and so on and so forth. You can put it here. Thank you, my dear.
Why shouldn't someone use developer's lawyer?
They should not use the developer lawyer because the developer lawyer only protects the developer as opposed to the purchaser. The purchaser should have their own independent lawyer. So they will make sure that the clauses that they draft are not in your favor. They are actually in favor of the developer at all times. And that in the event the project also fails to materialize, they would definitely be suing you for breach of contract or non-completion. So at all times, they are always with the developer. So you should always get independent counsel from your lawyer.
When will your client finally know when the property is truly hers?
Once the sectional title is registered in their own name or in their company's name, that is after having effected transfer, because sale agreement does not itself qualify to signify any ownership. It's just part of the process. So once you get the title deed or the sectional title or the lease title, lease certificate, is what now guarantees you ownership. And that is after the project is completed.
A lease certificate.
A lease certificate or a sectional title.
Many people moving to Kenya will rent before they buy. If a disagreement happens with a landlord, roommate, or host, what rights does a tenant have, and what's the best way to protect themselves legally?
Okay, so this is governed by what we call the Rent Restriction Act. That is Chapter 265 Laws of Kenya. Of course, the Constitution also comes in with other subsequent legislation, such as matters to do with the Land Act and the Land Registration Act. But the best way to protect yourself is to get what we call a tenancy agreement that is well drafted to protect your interest. Of course, the tenant, qualifies for rights such as, uninterrupted occupation. The landlord by all times should not in any way impede on their rights. So those rights are the ones which I'm talking about that will be catered and provided for by the tenancy agreement.
Okay. And what about people who are just moved in as a roommate and had things there and got just dismissed, and now their things are no longer accessible?
Yeah, so there's a rent restriction tribunal. So you can actually file your complaint there. Okay. But if you had the agreement, definitely you can also move to court as well.
Some meetings end with a handshake. This one ended with an incredibly generous invitation to breakfast. Attorney Abdi insisted we eat before heading to the property, and I genuinely appreciated the gesture. Sometimes it's simply nice to be treated with kindness, and throughout our time together, he was gracious, incredibly knowledgeable, and refreshingly down to earth. I could already tell I was in good company. Hidden inside the law offices was this beautiful lounge overlooking Nairobi National Park. Beyond the windows, cranes dotted the skyline and new development stretched into the distance. Everywhere I looked, I didn't just see construction. I saw progress and a food menu. He ordered a chicken club sandwich. I ordered what the menu called a patty melt, but what arrived looked like a burger that clearly had identity issues. Then comes my unexpected lesson in etiquette. Attorney Abdi reached for his fork and knife, so I thought, well, this must be how accomplished attorneys eat burgers. There was no way I was about to be the only person picking mine up with both hands. And surprisingly, I think I've been eating burgers wrong my entire life. Somehow, with a fork and knife, every bite tasted even better. Maybe it was the burger, maybe I was just a little hungry. Either way, I enjoyed every single bite.
Come on, and I said the whiskey.
After lunch, Attorney Abdi kindly dropped me off at the DIPLOMAT Residences. The legal questions had been answered. Now it was time to see whether this highly anticipated development could live up to its promise.
Here. Okay, so we are in the Diplomat right now. We are in the carport.
Yeah, Kenya, y'all's country. Yeah, BS in the building. Let's go. Yeah, Nairobi, feel that energy. Live and mingle, living single. No plans, no pressure. We outside. Incredible adventures TV, unfiltered. No plans, no pressure, just energy.
So we're just gonna have a look at a different one before we go check out my client's studio. So here is the kitchen. Looks really nice. Beautiful model. Has 2 aisles to cook. Has a microwave and an oven. And here is the washroom here. Wow, this is nice. Look at all of the beautiful furnishings. Look at the shower fixtures. Wow. A bathtub. Look at that, guys. Beautiful place. Okay. Look at that. Look at the massive TV that you can add there. Okay. Wow. And this is the bedroom, and they have a partition right here. And look, this is the bedroom. Very nice. And the closet has LEDs. Look at that. Very nice. A nice little office space there. Look at that place.
Here at the Diplomat, if you need a little more room, the standard 1-bedroom is available in 2 different sizes. The first measures 52 square meters and starts at 6.1 million shillings. The larger standard layout expands 76 square meters, with prices beginning at 9 million shillings. For buyers looking for a more spacious and premium experience, there's a luxury 1-bedroom, offering 88 square meters for 10.3 million shillings.
Look at this little breakfast nook here. Textures on the wall.
The massage rooms are private spaces tailored for renewal, thoughtfully designed for balance and harmony. Step into the water, fluid, weightless, and clear. The indoor pool offers a smooth, uninterrupted rhythm, all your own.
Wow, what a beautiful 1-bedroom. And 452 square meters?
He said 113.
113 square meters. So here's a 2-bedroom. So I'm really liking what I see here. When you enter into the 2-bedroom, the kitchen is just right here to your right. And they have a cute little seating area, little island. With your friends. Beautiful lighting there. Beautiful electronics. And then it has a drawer. Okay, won't open that right now. Has an oven, stove with 4 heating aisles, cabinetry. Okay, guys. Has a washing machine out there in the balcony. Wow, look at this entertainment space.
Entertainment space is giving life, guys. Look at that. Here is one of our bedrooms. Let's have a look inside. Wow. Look at the closet. Lovely glass closet. A bit small, but very modern. Gorge, 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 gorge. And here is an area where you can wash your hands just outside of this bedroom right here. And its own shower area. Just let's go inside of the second bedroom. This looks like this might be the master. Of course, the toilet is with this one. Yeah, nice fixtures here. Lovely place. It's a toilet. Beautiful. And of course, our favorite there. Beautiful shower fixtures. Let's have a look at the bed. Oh, it's much bigger. Families or investors needing even more space can choose from two-bedroom layouts. The first offers 113 square meters, starting at 13.3 million shillings, while the largest residence features 142 square meters, with prices beginning at 16.1 million shillings. The craftsmanship. Okay, so now we're going to enter into this studio for investment purposes. So we're going to have a look at the details. She wants to know what it looks like, if it's worth her time, if it's worth her money, if it's worth her investment, and if the craftsmanship is on point, okay? So let's have a look. So this is just a plan of what hers looks like. This must be the closet here. For a studio, that's a lot of closet space. So The entry-level option is a mini one-bedroom, which we also call a studio, offering 43 square meters of living space, with prices starting at 5 million Kenyan shillings.
So the refrigerator will go right here. Wow. Lighting. Sockets there for you, for convenience. And I guess putting the TV there. Yeah.
So this is just a model of what hers looks like. And I want to know, what do you guys think? Okay, so we're going to check out my client's own studio apartment right now. I know it's going to look good, but we still want to check it out. But this is how the hallways look with each. Look at the detail on the lighting down the corridor. And notice the cute little light they have at each door. Beautiful place. They're still working, guys.
It's our lucky day. The project manager will escort us to the unit, which is on the 20th floor.
Client. So is it possible? So let's switch. Let's say she had purchased a studio.
Thank you. Okay, so we are on the 20th floor.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So it's going to pretty much look like the floor that we were on as far as the aesthetics?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So you have the elevators right here.
Elevators.
And the stairs.
Okay, and the stairs there. Okay.
So this is the exact unit.
This is the exact studio unit. Okay, so we've already seen it when it's already decked out. Okay. Okay. So what is going to be down on the ground floor
On
exactly?
the ground floor.
Yeah,
we're gonna
what will
have
be her view?
garden. We're
A
gonna
garden?
have yeah.
Okay.
On the ground floor. That's separates the two.
Okay, and the swimming pool is indoors, huh?
Yeah, no, it's
Oh, the
on
it's a
rooftop.
rooftop?
On the
Okay,
rooftop,
all
on
right.
this block.
Okay, on this block. Okay. And this is the closet area.
Exactly.
Okay. And this is the bed, and this is where the kitchen
Kitchen, maybe
and the
a
washroom.
standing area,
Got it.
maybe bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just get a couple of angles, yeah? So she can look this way. And she'll be able to look this way. Okay. No? Yes, but will she have window? I'm just being patient about it, you know.
Yeah.
Will she have a window? I can't remember if there was a window.
Yeah, there is a window.
Okay.
There is a window. That's right.
I don't remember the width. I can see it in the videos. No problem. No problem. Thank you very much for bringing me up here. I wanted her to see where she's actually.
Yeah.
So she'll see what she's working with.
Oh.
No, it's beautiful.
The window, yeah.
Love that. Oh my God. Okay, great. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're very good.
You
Yeah.
also want to feel this?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah.
But it's dark.
Yeah. So we're on the 20th floor, and this is where we saw the shower. You know, guys, we've seen it, what it's gonna look like, and this is the kitchen counter area. You're so funny. What you giggling? We just giggling. No, it's so awesome. I just can't believe it. Like, it's on the 20th floor. That's amazing. Beautiful. So this is your view on both sides. It's fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, guys. So that's what we're doing. That's how it's looking. It's looking gorgeous. This view is going to be amazing. Okay. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
I love that.
Yeah. But thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, so you said Block A is sold out.
Sold out, yeah.
And then Block B?
It's like, it should be 70%.
70% sold out, guys.
The Diplomat Residences offers 24-hour security, meeting rooms, ample parking, children's play area, power supply backup, water supply backup, a fitness center, a swimming pool, a wellness spa, a yoga lounge, residence lounge, courtyard garden, executive services apartments, concierge service, private balconies, smart home features. You can book a unit with a minimum deposit of 20% and pay the balance with either quarterly or monthly payments of up to 3 years. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, hype if you really dug it, and of course, subscribe for more. See you in the next one.
Yeah. ES in the building. Let's go. Yeah. Ooh. Nairobi. Ooh, feel that energy. No plans, no pressure. Yeah, we outside. Incredible Adventures TV, unfiltered. No plans, no pressure, just energy. No pressure, just vibes. We outside, we alive. No plans, no pressure, just vibes we bring. From rooftop heights to the streets we sing. Nairobi sunshine and everything. New queen rights.